Welcome everybody. So the card, the Oracle card, the Ascended Masters Oracle card it's a beauty, it's Krishna. Krishna, beautiful Krishna playing his flute. It's a fantastic card. And I love this. Find the blessing in your current situation. So whatever's going on, and usually there's usually something good and something bad going on, no matter how high or low we think we are. So yeah, let's find the blessings in whatever is showing up. Yeah, beautiful kind of symbol for the week. I think that's great. So yeah, have that in mind. So if you're feeling, however you're feeling now before we start, just allow yourself to feel however you feel. And well done for practicing, or even if you're just listening, because I don't know, you could be watching the recording, just enjoying and thinking, enjoying the yoga vibe without actually doing anything. And that's all still good. It's all allowed. You have permission. And with that permission, I like to think of myself as a walking permission slip. We're going to sign that off with the ding of the bell, which is, of course, that just says, okay, it's time to go. Right, we're going to start sitting down. So find your positions. On your mat, come to seated, get yourself comfy. Take a few moments to get comfy. Yeah, maybe have a little bit of sighing. Let's get our breath activated. So breathing into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Power of the breath. And just enjoying the qualities of our body we have, and just rubbing the knees with the hands, enjoying our aliveness and appreciating the wellness that we have within us. Good. And then rub the hands together. Yeah. And shake the hands out. Just shaking off the day, all the kind of like bristly bits, just shake them off. And then we interlink the fingers, breathing into the nostrils. As you breathe into the nostrils, feel yourself like a bellows kind of growing in the body. And as you breathe out through the nostrils, push the hands up to the ceiling, but keeping the neck nice and long, back of the neck long rather. So we're not looking up at the hands, we're looking directly forwards. And we're pressing up, pressing the palms to the ceiling, lengthening through the elbows. The arm is long, but the shoulders are not hunched up. This is the difference I'm talking about. So keep the shoulders down. Chest is still lifted, this is still engaged. This is engaged. These are engaged. You feel the back also, the abdominals, everything is kind of extended, but it's very mindful because you're also thinking about a slight tuck in of the tail. So you're pointing that tail to the ground. So we get as much length as we can through that center. And breathe into the chest, breathing in and out. Breathing in. Expand the ribs, expand the chest, breathing out through the nostrils. Long. And we'll just kind of go to the side. In fact, we'll just see if we can, rather than just leaning to the side, I think it's more interesting if we feel that we're lengthening to the right side. Can you notice that difference? We're lengthening to the right side and then maybe leaning that over slightly. So you get the length first, and then we lean over to the opposite side. Then use the inhale to come up and exhale through the nostrils. And then we lengthen to the left side. So we really feel that the body is really doing that quite a lot, lengthening through the ribs on the inhale, and then we lean over slightly on the exhale. We're keeping both sitting bones down. And then we inhale back up to center, and then exhaling, bringing the hands down. Breathing out through the nostrils. Good. Bring the right hand onto the left knee. Let's come into a twist. Get a good hold onto that left knee, and then take the hand behind. So we're just placing the hand, fingers pointing backwards. So this inside of the forearm is just up against your lower back, or wherever you can reach there. I'm kind of on my fingers, or you might go on your fingertips, you might go on your hand, but wherever feels good to you. And really, before you start turning, because we might be here already, really try and keep this chest pointing forwards and your face pointing forwards to begin. It's not going to be completely forwards because you probably won't be able to reach like that. But as you exhale, we're going to turn the body. So starting with the belly first of all as you exhale. Then inhale again, feel that lift lift from the crown. And as you exhale, the ribs are coming around, but it's twisting from the bottom up like a corkscrew. Then breathing in, feel that lift of the crown, and then the chest and the left shoulders coming around. We're going to do one more in breath here before we twist into the full twist. Let the head follow as well, because it really wants to, and the neck, and the eyes, and the nose. Keep the shoulders down, like there's heavy weights on the shoulders. Breathing in, lengthening, breathing out, turning a little deeper. See if there's a little bit more space that is opening up with that breath. Good. Inhale. And exhaling, coming back to the front. So have a little wriggle around. See, how does that feel? Just feel a bit more kind of lively in actually both the sides. Then take the right hand behind. Again, try and keep it close to the body. Left hand, get a secure hold on the right knee. Facing forward, lift. So this crown, imagine this thread lifting from the center of your head, and feel the abdominals engaging to get that length in the body. And then the exhale, the belly's coming around first of all. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, the ribs are coming around. And then inhale, lengthen. And then top of the chest and the shoulders coming around. One more inhale, lengthen. Before we turn on the exhale, looking right behind us, the eyes, the nose, the head, the neck, dropping down the shoulders. More emphasis on that length of the neck. Chin is still slightly tucked in. Really focus on your breath. You know, I know from my experience that keep inhaling, lengthen, and exhaling, twist. But I didn't listen about the breath for a long time when I first started learning yoga. And eventually it sort of, I twigged and thought, oh, it is all about the breath. They weren't just making it up. One more breath in and then twist to the front. When you get that, it's like, oh yeah, it's as simple as that. I thought it was more complicated. Then we hold the hands in front of us. Going to open up a bit more of this chest, breathing in. All about the breath, breathing out. Take the hands forward, drop the head. So the back of the neck is released. So you feel that bit of spread across the back of the neck. You feel the shoulders kind of, they're opening up the front of the shoulders here. They're engaged, you know, because we're taking the hands forwards. But particularly the back of the shoulders are opening up, and the middle back. Between the shoulder blades, the center of the upper back. You can really let your head hang. You can feel the chin even on the chest. Breathe into that chest, breathing out. Take the back of the heart away from the hands away from the front of the heart. Inhale one more time and release the posture, lift the head slowly. Yeah. Have a little wriggle there. Before we take the hands behind us, I'm going to turn to show you a little bit more. Insert the fingers behind your back, let the hands rest on the back to begin, but this is nice and loose here in the shoulders to begin. Notice how I'm keeping the neck in line with the spine. I'm not looking up, lifting the chin, and I'm equally not letting the head flop to the ground. I'm keeping it in line with the spine. So I'm looking directly forwards, maybe slightly down, and then inhale. Lift the chest. Really feel that your chest is lifting, shoulders are dropping down as you breathe out, and your hands are lifting away from the back, but also slightly coming away, trying to lift them. So again, we're getting it opening across the chest, but also the front of the shoulders, and getting long in the back. So it's lifting here. Okay, so really feel that. So the neck is just relaxed but long, so it's not, you know, it's completely in line with the rest of the spine. Breathing into the chest. Really feel your heart opening, expanding. As you breathe out, taking the hands a little bit further away from the back, but keeping the shoulders down. One more breath in and release. See how that feels. Okay. Have a little rock side to side, just to enjoy the feel our seat there. And just that rocking is so comforting for the body. Yeah, so nice. And then we bring the left hand to the left side, fingers pointing forwards. Breathe in, extend up to the right side, extend the fingers to the ceiling, watch those fingers fly up. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, the arms coming over the head, you're bending into that left elbow. But still try and keep the sitting bones down, try to make sure you're not lifting off. So we're getting these, almost imagine the ribs like a fanning out, they're fanning out and getting really wide. And you can feel that lovely sense of expansion. It's when it feels really good to stretch. When we give it a bit of time, and most of all, we give it our breath. So we don't feel that we're holding, it's like getting boring, because we give it lots of breath. Breathing into those spaces between the ribs. And then we're just going to drop that right elbow forward, so we come out of it softly. That's one way to come out of it. It's just quite nice just to feel that fluidity. Right hand down now, fingers pointing forwards, and the elbow. Watch that left hand rise up on the inhale and reaching over the body on the exhale. Try and keep the space between the shoulder and the neck. It's tempting to kind of really hook it right up, but try and keep that space there. So we have that extension, but we also have that spaciousness between the left shoulder and the left ear. So the neck is not kind of tensed up. And you can look up at the ceiling on the inside of the arm, just there. If your neck isn't complaining about that, that's fine. And then we just drop the elbow forwards, still breathing in and out, and then come up to seated again. Okay. Have a little wriggle around there, feels nice. Lift the shoulders up, breathe in, out through the mouth. And again, breathe in, out through the mouth. And one more, breathe in, and out through the mouth. One more thing sitting, often gets missed out, so we're going to do this neck. Brilliant neck releaser. So we extend the right hand up again, and then take the hand to the back of the neck. Let me show you the side view. So you can see, I'll show you the back view as well. The thumb is going directly down. Imagine that's just really, you can probably hopefully feel a vertebrae there, whichever one you can feel sticking out, and the fingers around the left side of the neck, just below that left ear. Your fingers are there, holding it firmly, but not, not squeezing. Breathing in, feel that length, feel the crown lifting. Breathing out through the nostrils, just try and do this really slowly, so you feel the release, the chin coming down to the chest, also the shoulders are dropping forwards, softening in the back. See, you just let the back relax a little bit. Chin just falls onto the chest, so we're really letting that go. And then breathe in again. And as you breathe out, just see if you can feel the weight of that right arm, just giving a bit more. So you're almost twisting your neck. We are twisting your neck, and end up with the nose pointing at the left knee. So your eyes are looking at the left knee, not just the eyes though, but the left nose, the nose is pointing at the left knee. Keep dropping that left shoulder down, just let the arm be floppy in the lap. And we're just holding the left side of the neck to support it, and gradually with the breath, letting it release and lengthen. I find this a very supportive and safe way of really just working quite strongly on the neck. That really gives it great release. And give it some time and breath, and then use the inhale, because we're always supporting ourselves, to lift the head up, and then release. Okay, see how that feels. Does that feel good? Have a little wriggle of the shoulders just to free it up. That's good. Left arm up. Take that hand to the back, or the back of the neck, and the fingers just below the right ear, so the thumb is pointing down the spine. Now, make sure this right arm is floppy in the lap. Breathe in. As you breathe out, slowly release the neck. Feel the weight of the head doing a lot of the work. Chin might fall to the chest. And the last bit, breathe in. As you breathe out, just releasing a bit of weight from the arm so that your head turns slowly to the right knee and the nose points directly at that right knee. Your eyes looking at the right knee. Constantly dropping both the shoulders down. So we've got a lovely long neck that is getting even longer, more spacious, releasing tension, just with breath. Well, not just with breath, do breath and intention and support here. Really enjoy that long, slow out breath. Use the next inhale to lift the head up, still holding the neck, and then release. And have a little wriggle with the shoulders, maybe roll the shoulders back just to see or feel or experience how much more space. Maybe there's a lot less tension, I hope so. Take the hands forwards, so we're on all fours. Okay, just get that, maybe a little padding of the hands so you get a feeling of feeling the ground, and we're not rigid. Okay, so unlock those elbows, keep the chest nice and open. we'll do a little swishing tail movement. If you find this is difficult, you know, you've got lots of things you can do. You can put a blanket underneath your knees if it's a bit sharp pain. And also working on the hands and taking the weight of the wrists. So get those knuckles going down to the ground. So swishing, this is tiger. Call this the tiger pose. So we're looking down at the ground. See how my neck is in line with my spine. I'm not looking forwards. I'm keeping it here, looking the space between the hands. Breathe in. As I breathe out, I'm just kind of looking around as if I wanted to see my tail. Another way of thinking about it is you kind of concertina the left side and expand the right side of the body. Looking around because you're also bringing the tail around. If you had a tail, you really want to try and bring it around to your vision. Then the inhale comes to the front and the exhale the other way. So you're lengthening and shortening the sides. Here, inhale back to the front, back to the middle, exhale to the side. Really try and squeeze that breath out. So you really get a good expansion on the opposite side. So if I'm breathing out towards the right, I'm expanding the left side and really kind of crunching the right side down. So we're just getting this concertina effect. Check your elbows aren't starting to stiffen up. Keep a slight bend in the elbows, feeling the fingers and the hands really engaged with the ground. And we're moving slowly and smoothly with the breath, which is coming in and out through the nostrils. Mindfully. And next time you come to the center, just stay there for a second and then sit back into the heels. Slide the hands away, give the wrists a little rest. You want to just release the wrists even more. Just come into these little, what I call tent hands. So we just kind of put the fingers like little claws just to release the wrists, bring the forehead to the ground. Yeah, and then just release them. Maybe if you need a bit more release, you can just call tents and release the fingers, bring them in like little star hands. And then release. And really feel the sitting bones are sitting back into the heels. Lovely, lovely movement. Expand the back by breathing into it deeply, breathing out through the mouth. Let it go, releasing breath, breathing into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Good. Okay, let's come back to all fours. Bring the hands back so they're underneath the shoulders again. Now we're going to do these alternate movements with the hand and the leg. So alternate hand and leg. So we lift the right arm, left leg, lift the gaze as well. So I'm looking forwards and then breathing out, bringing the hands down, the knee down, and then the opposite side, breathing in, left hand and right leg, and breathing out, bringing them down. So feel that shift of weight from one to the other. Inhale and exhale. Notice how also I'm not lifting the leg and the hand as high as I can. I'm keeping them in line. Nice line, so they're just going directly forwards and I'm pointing that toe back, and with that point really engage the thigh and the whole leg. Exhale and have a little bit of a bend of the elbows, emphasize that to get that softness. Then we get this strength and vitality, and then we get the softness. We're feeling the ground for a moment as we breathe out. If you really bring our mind to focusing and imagining, even if you don't believe it, that it's all about the breath. We're just moving the body with the breath because we really want to get kind of close up and personal with the breath. Breathing in. You think about it, you know, the breath has been with you since your very first one. Yeah, since the first moment, and it's always going to stay with you. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. A lot of the time we don't even think about it because we don't actually have to a lot of the time, really. I mean, it's good to, but we don't have to think about the breath to make it happen. Thank goodness. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do a couple more of these. Breathing in, breathing out. Enjoying that extension and that softening. And we sit back into the heels once more. This time we're going to just kind of open the shoulder a little more, so putting the back of the right hand on the ground and sliding that away, and then resting the head down either on the ground or just slide that left hand under the head. So we're just kind of in this swan, but with a, you know, with the, maybe it's a wings tucked underneath. Think about the swan but with a wing tucked underneath. It's quite nice. Breathe in and out through the nostrils, just sitting back, sinking back. The alternate, you know, this doesn't work for you, is you can do this from here. You know, if you feel this is more useful. But something nice about this, if it feels comfortable, is because you're really close to the ground. And notice how I'm, popping the head there. You can have the head, forehead in that hand. I quite like this little twist in the neck too, if it feels okay. You can always push a cushion there as well if you need a bit more height. Use the inhale to come back, press into the left hand to lift you up, and then put the back of the left hand on the ground, breathe in, and sliding that left hand away, and then sinking the head down, either resting it onto the back of the right hand or on the ground, whichever feels better. I quite like that, resting it on the hand. It feels kind of, just feels comforting. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Really make that a strong in-breath and a long out-breath through the nostrils. Really release. Empty, empty. And then when you breathe in the next inhale, keep it slow and controlled rather than sucking the air in. Slow and controlled. Good. And then come back up again to kneeling. Take a moment kneeling. See how that feels. And we're going to take the hands forwards. If you need to get a measure of this is for downward dog, then just come back into this position. So we know that this position is different from this position, you know, with the hands underneath the shoulders. It's slightly more forwards. You might have found it by now, but you know, if you haven't, you just use this measure. Coming from swan, usually keeping the hands where you are, usually just about right. And the knees need to be hip width apart still, otherwise your feet are going to come together. Feet hip width apart, breathing in, tuck the toes under, breathing out, lift the knees up. Let's just spring the legs. My legs definitely feel like they need a bit of movement, feel a bit stiff. So we're just going to bend one knee and push the other heel down. Bending the left knee, put the right heel down. Bending the right knee, put the left heel down. And you're looking back towards your feet, not the hands. You're looking back here. Press back with the hands. Keep the breath in the chest. Keep the tummy tucked in. Keep the spine long as you can, from the fingertip to the base of the spine. This is the main focus in the body, I would say, with downward dog. Keeping the shoulders away from each other. It's not the, it may be the, I think, probably the key thing is the spine, but it's not the only thing, because we need to try and create space in the whole back and the legs. And then we just have a little moment, just breathing, letting the heels come down as far as our edge is, still pressing back with the hands. And then we're going to just look to the hands and start to walk the feet towards the hands. And we're in our ragdoll. So bend the knees, let the body hang. Really give the weight from the hips. Give the weight to the ground, let it hang. Breathe into the nostrils. Sigh long out of the mouth, breathing into the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. And this is where we slowly rise up, but we start with the base. So bring your attention to the base of the spine and feel that it's pulling from there. And then it's just kind of gradually rippling up through the spine. Keep the knees bent if you can. And you'll find the knees sort of start to come forwards, and the thighs come forwards, and the hips come forwards, and then it rolls up, and the belly rolls up, and the chest lifts until finally you lift the head. Lift the head. Yeah, let's give ourselves little shake-ups, just shaking the legs and the arms. Yeah. And then we'll do a proper shake-up. That was just a little loose one. Now it's a proper one. So feet, hips width apart, knees are bent, knees are shaking. Give yourself some sound. Breathe into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Let the hips go. Let the shoulders go. Any sort of kind of tension, that kind of edgy fear-like tension, it's going to get. We're not going to get rid of it. We're going to help it to move along. So. Help to process all these kind of little spiky bits, just shake them all up. Yeah, so there's more space for everything to exist and coexist. So feet staying hips width apart, so just check your feet, bring the weight into the toes, lifting the heels up high, and bring the heels down, then lift the toes, really lift them as high off the ground as you can, and then place them down. And we start with the fingers just touching here. So inhaling, lift the arms up, lifting the heels off the ground, bring the hands together, Exhaling, bring the hands slowly down, slowly breathing out through the nostrils, slowly bring the hands down, slowly as you can bring the heels down. It's not so easy to begin, but it will develop that control and also the strength and flexibility in the feet also. That's always, there's so many factors that we're working with and that we're developing here. Balance, breath, coordination. We're also stretching the front and backs of the legs a little bit. We're getting lots of flexibility. What's the better word? Lots of sort of fluidity and suppleness. That's a beautiful word in the feet. Yeah, what a nice quality. Imagine feeling really supple. Breathing in, breathing out. Yeah. And breathing in, keeping the gaze. Looking. If you look to something and hold that place, what you're looking at, it helps the balance. So you can really focus on your breath. Breath is key. Just touching the fingertips. And also another thing to focus on, people like different things to focus on. And it also gives this a multi-dimensional quality. And I certainly love all this sort of imagery. So I love to focus on this line I'm drawing with my very fingertips. So they're here and then they draw a circle. If you could see that, I was drawing through the air. It's a beautiful circle that I'm drawing right around myself, touching the fingers at the top, and then the hands come down, and the hands turn. So you turn the arms slightly as well as you come down on the fingertips. Let me just take a moment there. I'm going to do a little cross crawl here. So bring the weight onto the right foot. We lift the left knee, meet it with the right hand, and then the opposite way. Just to get the brain and body a little bit more coordinated, and also bring a bit of heat in the body, warming up, limbering. I think limbering goes very well with suppleness. It feels very kind of, it just feels fluid but strong. Yeah, these are great qualities. We don't want to be just strong because we're going to break. We need to have the fluidity, flexibility, suppleness, all those lovely flowing kind of qualities. And then we're going to take the left leg out, the right arm over the head. This other arm's just going to, make this do something, copy the upper arm, but kind of mirroring image. Breathing in and out the whole time through the nostrils, feeling the lovely extension to the side. Keep extending. Good. And let's try this one for the end. So just one more of these cross crawls. So we bring the weight onto the right foot, particularly on the ball. So have a little bit of a bounce there. So my knee is bending there. And I'm just going to whip that left foot behind me and touch it with the hand that's nearest. So it's going to be the right hand, just there. Yeah, and the other arm goes over the head. So we're going like this. Okay. Breathing in and out all the time. Just checking. Yeah. Okay. I want somebody coming in. Okay. Smiling, of course. I forgot that bit. That's the key part. Smiling. It's definitely in the yoga practice. And come to standing for a moment. Just let yourself settle. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. And let's just emphasize that with a half breath or two. So just checking your feet to hips width apart once more and parallel. Breathing in, lift the arms up, look up to where your hands are going. Notice how I'm really lifting and lengthening for the whole body, filling myself with air before I go. Swing the arms, releasing everything out through the mouth. Breathing in, look up and out through the mouth. Swinging the arms. And again, breathing into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Good. Just that one more time. Breathing in, out through the mouth. Let's come to the front of the mat. Let's take a little moment here. Just standing. Again, reset the toes and feet. So come onto the toes, lift the heels, place them down. Lift the toes, place them down. Feel the sense of connection, the whole surface of the feet with the ground. Soft knees, standing tall, lift the chest. Hands together lightly in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Lifting that chest, lifting the back of the neck there, chin slightly tucked in. We're going to step back into triangle, trikonasana. So start by putting a weight onto the left foot and take a step back with the right. Yes, planting it nicely at right angle. Hips square, breathing in, lift the arms up. So really feel the chest lifting as you do that, and then bring the arms down, but keep the chest lifted. Dropping the shoulders down, lifting the chest. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're reaching over to the left and down. Soften those knees, don't stiffen them up. Pressing against that left leg and reaching up away with the right hand. Keep the shoulders down, keep the chest lifted. So your neck is getting really long and you're turning the head to look up at those right fingers there. It's also just having a little bit of a, see if you can twist the upper body. So imagine your heart wants to look up at that right hand. So you press a bit more into that left hand. And you see that movement, just so you get a slight twist, and that allows you to drop that right shoulder back away and away from the, back down and away from the right ear, right shoulder dropping down there. Soften the feet, feel the legs, notice your breath is everything here. I'll use the inhale to come up. I like to bend into that knee to soften that movement. And then exhaling, lower the arms slowly down. So really enjoy every part of the movement. Bend into the right knee and come back to the front of the mat. Check your feet again, have a look at them. Look at the toes, weight on the right foot, step back with the left. Plant both feet evenly. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest, big inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the palms wide, open the chest. Breathing out, reach over to your right and down. So strong legs, feel the thighs engage, soften the knees, pressing against whatever part of the leg your hand is on and reaching up away. Now, some of us are going to be right down to the ground, and some of us are going to be here. And it's the quality, not not how far down you go, it's the quality. So that you can maintain your breath, that you're not kind of letting yourself come out of line. It just feels not very nice, So breathe. It should feel like, you're challenged, but it shouldn't feel like you're all twisted up. And it definitely shouldn't feel sharp pain. Step back from the sharp pain. You don't need that. Good. Come up on the inhale by bending that right knee a little bit. Come up on the inhale, lift the arms slightly more, and then exhaling, let them slowly come down. Bend into the left knee, come back to the front of the mat. Okay, I'm going to continue this with another standing posture. Let's find warrior two. So we bring the weight onto the left foot, step back with the right. Big step, bigger step. Maybe shuffle it back and you can get a bit wider. Notice what happens to my hip often. Yeah, it could be like this. So definitely want to get them facing the front or long edge, and also get them square rather than this. Okay, inhale, lift the arms up. Also the chest, breathing out, bring the hands to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders. Inhale here. As you exhale, you're bending into that left knee and pressing into the right foot. Let's move with this. Let's keep it really fluid. Breathing in and breathing out. Checking your back arm hasn't just sort of started to give up. Still extending away. Back of the neck is long, the head is lifted. Looking down that left arm. Okay. Every now and again, just clock what the right arm is doing. So we're extending the fingertips away from each other. So you feel that in the middle of your chest, you feel this long line of expansion. Inhaling, exhaling. Every time that knee bends, the left knee, every single time, then you need to also emphasize pressing into that right foot. You'll feel that right buttock. If you're not feeling that, then what's probably happening is this. And that's just not even half as interesting. This is much more interesting. And we also keep our torso upright. So notice how it's not leaning. It's staying in position. It's moving forwards in space, but it's staying upright. So the body, a lot of the body is staying stable. It's not stuck. It's staying stable. It's stabilizing as the parts move. Breathing out. Let's come up again. This time we're going to come into the posture and hold. So really feel the extension between the fingertips, looking down that lovely long line of the arm into the future beyond the fingertips, whilst extending back also slightly with that right hand. Breathe, sink deeper. Keep the body upright. Come up on the inhale. Let's come out of that now. Exhale, lower the arms down slowly, softly. bend into the right knee, and come back. So we have this softness, this fluidity, and also this power. That combination is the yoga. Bring the weight onto the right foot. Big step back. Big step back with the left. Shuffle it back a little bit. Back foot, toes pointing slightly forward, don't forget. Get the hips level to themselves and facing the long edge of the mat in front of you. Breathe in, lift the chest, lift the arms. Big breath. Breathing out, bring the arms to shoulder height. Drop the shoulders, lift the chest. Breathe in. Breathing out, bending into the right knee. Just checking it's going in line with the toes, not dropping inwards. Come up on the inhale. So there's lots and lots to occupy our attention. And so it's what makes it very mindful, the practice. Inhaling, we're kind of feeling that sense of lift in the chest. Exhaling, pressing that left foot into the ground, the heel, and pressing the right knee forwards. Also the fingers extending away from each other, dropping the shoulders down, lifting the chest. Abdominals slightly engaged there, pointing the tailbone down. Looking down the right arm, beyond the fingers, lovely long arm. Making sure this left arm isn't giving up, so it's really extended away. And your breath will make this all the more interesting, supported, and spacious. So try and bring more of your focus to that breath, moving in time with your breath, breathing out. Breathing in one more time. This time as we breathe out, we're just going to hold for maybe a breath or two. Really feel that openness in the hips. Feel the pressing of that left foot, the strength from the left buttock. Let me come up on the inhale. The arms float up slightly and let them float down on the exhale. Bend into the left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Give everything a little shake up. So a little bit of hip action, so we're going to come into a squat. Now it's coming into a simple, easy in brackets squat. Not always easy. Good. So putting some space between the knees, letting the body hang between the knees, letting the head hang down, letting the backs of the hands flop onto the ground. And then we can do some releasing breaths here too. Breathe into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Yeah, really feel the weight of the head. Like it's a big, heavy thing. So you get some more release on the neck when we really give the weight of the head to it. Let the shoulders flop forwards. Breathing into the nostrils. Give it some sound on the out breath. And I sigh. Good. Slowly on the inhale, lift the head up, looking forwards. Let's bring that left hand to the ground. And as you inhale, we're lifting the right hand up. The fingertips are lifting up. Just the fingertips. And they're just lifting. And we're looking up at the right hand as it starts to rotate. So we're rotating the wrist here. We're just giving the wrist a little bit of attention. And also imagine that spirals in the whole of the arm. And with that spiral, it's kind of spiraling upwards. It's getting more and more close to the ceiling. And then we unspiral it. So we go the other way. Maybe it's anti-clockwise. And then it's kind of it's contracting and coming back to the body. Still moving through space. Try and keep that spiraling going right to the ground. Right hand on the ground. Breathing in, lift the fingertips of the left hand to the ceiling. Look at that left hand. So you see again, there's a little twist in the chest. Rotating. So trying to draw a big circle with the fingertips. As big a circle as possible. Imagine the whole arm is rotating. It will start to join in a little bit. Spiraling up into the universe. Beautiful. And then we change direction, go the opposite direction. And it's unraveling, uncoiling, unspiraling, and softening, and coming back to the ground. Pressing to the ground. Coming into ragdoll. Knees are bent, body's hanging. Let's have a little sway here. Bringing the weight into the right and left foot. So swinging slowly, bringing the weight into the right, then bringing the weight into the left. I always enjoy this because I really feel that certain parts of my back get a little bit more, I can feel them more, I can feel more release in them just by the shift of weight. And of course, the releasing breath will help that all along. So breathe into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Let it go. And then come to a stillness for a moment. Oh. And again, start to rebuild the spine. So we're uncurling, lifting. See if you can bring your attention to that spine. Imagine each little vertebrae is lifting. Knees slightly bent, slightly soft, rolling up, breathing in and out the whole time you roll up. When you come to standing, just roll the shoulders back a couple of times. Enjoy. Let me take the hands to the lower back, give it a little rub there. Yeah. Bend the knees. We've got a little mini bend here. So we're just going to take the hips forward, bringing the elbows together, lifting the chest. So we're trying to expand the whole front of the body. Keep those knees bent. Okay, we don't fling the head back, we just look up lightly towards the ceiling. Keep opening, so this is great for the hip flexors. They really need this to contradict all the sitting, where they get shorter. They use the inhale, still supporting, to come back up. And then we'll take the feet apart, a bit wider, shoulder width apart, bend the knees, and release everything in the Tai Chi twist. Yeah. Just enjoy the body, bending into the knee, let the arms turn or be moved rather. The arms are being moved by the body. So it's being propelled by the center. The center is turning and the arms just passengers really in this. Breathe in and out through the nostrils, feel the air. Yeah. Let's give ourselves an extra treat. Backs the hands on the lower back. Lovely. Good. And then hands on the fronts of the hips again. We've opened that up really nicely. Then we take the hands to the chest. Give it a bit more sound. Yeah. Good. And we'll get into the face a little bit. Just get the fingers, all of them, into the cheeks. And you can even just kind of massage the jaw a little bit. Feel the gums and the teeth through the face. And then we'll get right up into the ears. Maybe we'll just give ourselves a little bit of a pressure in the ears. So we're just going to grip the tops of the ears with the thumbs and the first finger and just squeeze and then pull the edges out. If we're trying to straighten the ear out, get those edges unfurled, and then give a little pull on the earlobes. Okay. Put the hands together. Let's shake them out. Okay. Balance. Balancing with moving. This is a nice thing to do. So we're going to do heron balance. So bring the weight onto the left foot to get ready with that. You've still got the right foot on the ground, so have all the weight kind of there already. And breathe out. As you inhale, you're going to lift the arms up. You're going to lift the right knee all at the same time. The hands are going to come together above the head. Then you turn the hands, and that leg's going to move through space. We're trying to keep that coordinated so that when the arms come down, foot is coming down, then the heel comes down just as the fingers touch, and you'll shift the weight, and then your inhale starts again. So it's really coordinated here. So it will really keep your mind active and focused, which is what we really want. You know, this is without the mindful aspect, it's not really yoga. Without the breath, it's not. So we're lifting the knee, we're pressing the opposite foot into the ground. So you get that dynamic. So this is all, isn't just all light and fluffiness, because we've got the dynamic, we've got the soft lift, but we've also got that dynamic of that lift of the left knee and the opposite direction. So we've got these opposites, the right foot is pressing into the ground. This will help your balance, that dynamic. And also the dynamic of reaching the arms up strongly. And then it's soft, as you bring the arms and the leg down. Well, not feel too soft, because that's quite strong, you know, to do that slowly. Don't just drop the leg down, but really feel that dynamic, breathing in and breathing out. And when we do this in our yoga practice, it helps us to do this, you know, just in everyday life and everyday movement, which is why we really need to kind of get better at balancing, which is why the yoga practice, dancing, all these kind of things where you're moving and having to balance at the same time. You know, this is great practice. Of course, when you're practicing balance in the body, then it comes into the mind naturally too, and vice versa. So this is, the yoga is a holistic practice. It's the whole thing, your whole being is being involved, not just the body, and not just the mind. Not that you can really separate them, they're just interrelated completely. Breathing in breathing out. Good. Let's do one more each side. Shifting the weight. You might be a completely different timing to me, that's fine. Don't try and, you don't need to be coordinated with me. If you like doing that, that's great, but you don't have to. Do one more, wherever you're at, we'll do one more. Full breath. It also really connects us and aligns with our breath. Good, it's lovely, moving and balancing. So we're going to come down to the ground. But first of all, let's just come into, we're going to come into a chair. So we will do a squat down, but first of all, let's just do a chair as a warm-up. Check your feet. So lift the toes, place them down. Lift the heels, place them down. Reconnect with that earth element. So you bring the arms up above the head to a nice straight line. Fingertips are reaching up, feet are sinking down. And as you exhale, first thing you do is strengthen the belly. And then you sit back. Because then you've got this is all involved now. Strong belly, strong legs. Back, the neck is in line with the spine and the arms, so you're looking down at the ground here rather than looking at the hands. Stretch the fingertips forwards and extend the tail back, so we've got this long line from fingertip to tail. Yeah. Use the inhale to come up, so that wasn't too bad, and the arms come down. As she says afterwards, it wasn't too bad. Shake up of the arms and legs. Just reset everything. And then we're going to come down. Again, this time stand at the front of the mat so that you can come down easier. So we're going to come into the squat. Take the fingertips forwards, take the shoulders back. So your chest is still lifted, nice and wide. Inhaling and then exhaling. We're slowly coming down, taking the fingers forward, taking the bottom back. Still, even in this slow squat, you're breathing in and out the whole time. You're going at your own speed. Challenge yourself a little bit. Squatting is really great for us. And take the hands back and extend the legs forwards and bounce the knees up and down. Breathe. Okay. Let's try a seated forward bend. So bend that right knee, bring it towards you, get really close up, and then we're going to let that right knee fall out to the side. Get the right foot in touch with the inside of that thigh there. Left toes are pointing to the ceiling, sitting nice and tall. Some people might need to sit on a block or a cushion. You could do that if you need to. Take the left hand behind, quite close to your body, right hand on the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lengthen, so lift the chest, drop the shoulders down, back of the neck long. Exhaling, we're going to just turn towards the left. We're already twisted a little bit today, so it should be a little bit more open. Keep dropping the shoulders down, looking right around you. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Breathing in, breathing out through the nostrils. One more breath in, and untwist to the front. So now I'm coming into the forward bend. Let's come into this very gently. So we're just going to have the hands on the thigh here and just walk them, without a care in the world, but still all the time getting a sense of the chest leading rather than kind of flopping forwards. So straight back, walking down the leg, and then you can have the hands on the ground either side of the leg or stay on the leg, whichever feels more stable for you. Look at the toes. Keep your eyes looking at the toes there, and keep taking and projecting the chest, the middle of the chest, the heart towards those toes. You don't need to be in the same position as me. You could be up here, but I want you to keep that integrity. By that I mean this is better than this, because that's not the same thing anyway. Once you're there, close your eyes and just get into your breath. Checking the toes are still going up, the foot hasn't flopped. And just feel what you feel. So with the eyes closed, you can just feel what's going on for you in this posture. Breathing in. What is tight? What is opening up? How your breath feels. Yeah. How your mind is doing with it, all the kind of chitter chatter that goes on. Noticing that, noticing that. Acknowledging it. You don't need to pay attention to it, but you acknowledge it. Good. And then we just walk the hands back up the leg. And we lift that right knee. And we lift the left knee. And just let our face fall to the knees, hug the knees. Back of the neck relax. Breathe into the nostrils. Out through the mouth. Oh, nice feeling. Then extend that right leg, slide it away. Toes going up to the ceiling. Draw that knee in towards you, tight as you can. And let the knee fall out to the side. Of course, you can always, if that knee is very high, if you have tight hips, just support it with as many cushions, blankets, blocks that you have. That foot is going on the inside of that right thigh. Right hand behind you, close to the body. Notice I've got contact between the inside of my arm and the back there. And left hand on the outside of the right knee. Breathing in, lift from the chest, drop the shoulders down. Exhale, twisting around the whole body. Keep dropping the shoulders, neck is long, head stays on top of the body rather than leading or leaning. Good. Let's do a few breaths here. Breathing deeply into the nostrils, and as you breathe out, just twisting a little deeper. One more time, breathe in. And untwist to the front. Let's walk down the leg. Keep the chest moving towards the toes. Keep looking at the toes. Just pitter-patter down the leg. Hands either stay on the leg or on the ground. And breathe here. Think about the heart wanting to stay connected with the toes. This line, see this line? It's wanting to stay there. Doesn't want to give up and flop forwards. The back stays strong. The shoulders stay back. The neck is long. Stay interested. And even if your eyes are closed, still keeping the chest moving towards those toes. So you might want to close your eyes, just take the focus off the shape you're making, and instead feel the body from the inside. Feel your breath. Feel what's going on. Enjoy all that movement as your breath moves. Noticing all the chit chatter, the judgments, of course, that's going to go on, that we have with ourselves, that's ongoing. And we pay attention lightly, maybe not pay attention, we acknowledge and we go, thank you very much for that information. And then next, we don't have to worry about it. And then we just walk the hand back up the leg, see, nice and simple. And then lift the left knee up and lift the right knee up and hug the knees, and the face to the knees. Relax the back of the neck, breathing into the nostrils, out through the mouth. And slide the legs away nice and easy. How nice that feels. Just getting to the bottom of the mat. So we're going to lie down here. So hands towards or fingers towards the toes. Keep that connection. I'm always stretching towards the toes. And I'm breathing out always between them, in and out through the nostrils. And I'm slowly just lowering the weight down whilst I keep extending towards the toes. Slowly breathing in and out through the nostrils, slowly, rolling down through the spine, rolling it onto the ground until the back reaches the ground, then let go. Breathe in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Breathe in, feel the back lift off the ground there, this lower back, and as you breathe out, press that back into the ground and draw the knees up. It just feels a good way to do that. It's very easy. And then rocking and rolling side to side in the lower back. Side to side, and let's do a circle again also. So keeping the knees together, keeping the fingertips on the knees or holding the knees, the kneecaps with the hands. Inhaling, taking the knees away, exhaling, drawing them into the body. And do this slowly, this slows it down. When we try and move with the breath, I'm trying to keep the inhale and exhale even and flowing. And then we go the other way. So the inhale is we make space for the air, so we take the knees away, and the exhale, we're squeezing it out, draw the knees into the body. Nice and easy. The head stays on the ground, of course. You're not straining the neck. So the whole of the back is really engaged with the ground to some degree. Hug the knees again. Extend the heels up to the ceiling. Extend the arms up to the ceiling. Let's just flex the ankles and wrists. So we're just kind of pointing the toes, and just seeing the range of movement that is in the wrists, back and forth. Push the heels up to the ceiling, push the heels of the palms up to the ceiling, and then we're just going the other way. And then rotate them, move them, maybe just kind of give the legs a little bit of a kick, the arms a bit of a shake. Hug the knees again. Place the feet on the ground, as wide as the mat, arms extended up to the sides. We're going to do an easy twist to finish. Feet away from the buttocks, breathing in. And breathing out, let the knees fall down fully to the left and the head goes over to the right. Close your eyes as you do this. Breathing in, lift the knees to center, lift the head to center. Breathing out through the nostrils, let the knees fall to the right, the head goes over to the left. Yeah, just close the eyes and enjoy the movement of the body, the slow, supple, easeful movement of the body. So on that out breath, as the knees fall, we don't just let them flop. We slowly lower them down. We give the weight to the ground, and as we turn the head the other direction. So it's a slow, fluid, steady movement. We're really controlling that movement, as well as the control of a steady, even flow of breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Good. Just enjoy how this slow, steady, mindful movement takes us into a much more relaxed state, and also engaging with the spine by twisting it in a lovely, supported, easeful way, in a flowing way. It's just like giving ourselves a little treat, mindful, restful, and taking us into a much more restful state. So next time your knees are center, your head is center, just slide the legs away fully. Give yourself a full extension, take the arms above the head, point the toes. See how your body feels now. Does it feel more spacious and long? And then just let the feet fall out to the sides. Maybe just give the legs a little shake back and forwards, and then rest out, the feet out to the sides, space between the heels. Breathe in again, feel the chest expand. Breathing out from the nostrils, arms come through space. Slowly, slowly, slowly breathing out everything down by the sides, and let the arms roll out to the sides. As you breathe in, just lift the chest off the ground and place it down, so you've got lots of space in the chest, shoulders down away from the ears, chin lightly tucked in, so the back of the neck is long. Neck and spine all in alignment, eyes closed. If it doesn't feel totally comfortable lying flat in Shavasana, then just change it by coming into semi-supine. So that is bending the knees, putting the feet on the ground, a bit further apart than the hip, and then let the knees fall together. You can cover yourself if you want to. Make yourself comfortable. Just for just a minute here on the ground to relax. Eyes closed, focus inwards, feel your body. Feel the whole of your back on the ground, breathing into the nostrils and sigh out for the mouth. Let it go. And then just let your breath be easy and soft. Effortless. Effortless. No effort now. Nothing to do here. Just breathing in and out through the nostrils, soft and easy, like a sleeping baby. Feel yourself held in this moment, fully held. Held in space and time, held on the ground. Held between the earth and the sky. Nourished and nurtured by this earth and sky. so we come to the end of our practice. Be soft and gentle with yourself as you come back into the day and start to move your body. Notice how you feel. Notice the impact of your practice. Notice the impact of your efforts, your personal efforts with this. And just do what you need to do. Stretch, move. Stretch, move. Breathe, come up to seated. Have a look around at your space. Just re-engage with the day, whatever's happening. Body, look at the body, touch the body. Be grateful for this body, for this life. Put the palms together. Make direct sort of heat and energy to the space between the palms. And when we've done that, feel that little buzz, and we bring that to the heart center. Close the eyes. Breathe into that heart, give it full power, give it spaciousness. So planting the seed, the sankalpa, the intention in this heart space. So just reciting your phrase or sentence, your intention, your sankalpa to yourself. Good. Say it a few times and just feel that really taking root and growing and flourishing. Maybe it's even bursting into flower. Good. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your practice. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace to you.